Have you ever wondered what your life would look like at 72 alone, perhaps frightened, without family around to ease your worries? Can you honestly say you're ready to face your golden years completely alone? Let me ask you something powerful and important. What happens if suddenly nobody answers your call for help, and you are lying there, unable to move, hoping someone just walks through the door in time? Scary to imagine, right? But this quiet fear is something so many of us face. Keep listening carefully, because by the end of this video, I promise you'll find immense hope, solutions, and inspiration that have changed real lives, maybe yours next. Now imagine with me an elderly man named Robert. He's 72 years old, a proud retiree from a respected enterprise with humble rural beginnings. Picture this. Robert grew up in the countryside, playing amongst green fields and neighborhood lanes, dreaming simple dreams of a peaceful family life. He marries his childhood sweetheart, Margaret, a kind woman always smiling, helping neighbors, selling homemade pickles in the local farmer's market, and keeping everything beautifully neat and clean. They lived frugally, saved every penny, and eventually moved from their small bungalow into a spacious apartment in town, finally tasting a bit of comfort after tough years. Then suddenly, tragedy struck. The shockingly unexpected happens. One bright spring day, Margaret collapses, clutching her chest, pain etched deeply on her face. Robert rushes her to hospital, tears streaming, hands trembling, but he is too late. Margaret is gone. In a heartbeat, Robert loses his partner, the warmth of his home, his very meaning in life. How quickly does happiness change, right? But here's the toughest part. Even devastated, life carries on, and Robert pushes the sadness deep inside for his daughter Sarah, a bright and ambitious girl whose dreams fade with their mother's untimely departure. She struggles covering university FEs, fighting fiercely to achieve in spite of grief and pain. Time passes slowly for Robert. Alone now, he realizes painfully that his daughter has moved on, living miles away in the busy heart of a city, married off, raising her own family, burdened with loans, childcare, stress, and endless expenses that keep her awake at night. Robert knows he can't rely forever on his daughter. He has little savings, his monthly pension barely enough to cover necessities, let alone costly care or retirement home FEs. Imagine his anguish, feeling stuck, isolated, knowing that at 72, he might become dependent, helpless, invisible. Robert starts exploring his options. He visits elder care homes, noticing residents sitting idle, half smiling, the sparkle lost from their eyes. They eat the food offered rarely, what they truly crave, just passing their days in quiet resignation. I don't belong here, Robert thinks to himself. I still have strength, I still have pride. Hiring a nurse or a caregiver feels equally out of reach. Good care costs money Robert simply doesn't have, and he refuses outright to burden his daughter any further. Then, one ordinary day, fate nudges Robert gently. On a notice board downstairs, he sees a scrappy handwritten note, a young man named Andrew, looking to rent or share a flat in his very building. Robert smiles slowly. Maybe, just maybe, sharing his home might solve his biggest struggles. He calls Andrew, and soon the two meet face to face. The young man is polite, respectful, a hard worker, struggling to make ends meet in a new city. How about we help each other out? Robert proposes kindly, eyes warm with hope. Andrew cautiously agrees. Within days, Andrew moves in. Suddenly, home is alive again, noisy breakfasts, brightened meals, jokes and genuine smiles filling Robert's quiet apartment anew. Andrew quickly makes himself useful, bringing Robert breakfast each morning, quietly tidying dishes and rooms, genuinely caring for his elderly landlord. A bond quickly blossoms between them, transcending mere landlord and tenant. Andrew's kindness melts Robert's worries away bit by bit. Then, one frightening morning, Robert wakes up, chest tightening with alarming pain. He's unable to shout, unable to even reach his phone. Panic surges. But right then, Andrew intervenes, sensing somehow that Robert is in danger. He saves his life, literally, rushing him straight to hospital. Robert's daughter arrives quickly, thankful, profoundly relieved Andrew was there. Suddenly, a small arrangement had saved Robert's life, reaffirming faith in simple, everyday solutions that can dramatically improve elderly well-being. I've seen this incredible solution repeated in lives all around us. It's not just Robert and Andrew. Take Janet. Passing her 70s without her husband, she decides hiring a caregiver would costly and cold. Instead, she invites her unmarried younger sister to move in, paying her rather than a stranger. They share their days, their troubles, and laughter flows again in their quiet home. Janet feels secure, safe, and loved once more, surrounded by the warmth of family interaction and companionship. There's George, too, smart enough to plan his old age early. He invested cleverly in real estate long before retirement, selling unused property when the time came, banking profits smartly, living off the interest comfortably. He hired a caregiver that he could afford effortlessly without impacting his pride, security, or independence. This wisdom changed his final years completely, allowing him dignity, support, and deep family connections that money alone could never buy. So now, let's talk straight and simple. Growing older isn't optional, how you do it definitely is. You can leave it to chance isolated, worried about burdening family, scrimping every penny, scared of tomorrow. Or you can choose a beautiful, clever, and simple solution. Live in community, build connections, rent your spare rooms, bring loved ones under your roof. It's smarter financially, it's socially warm, and psychologically healing. It brings dignity, reduces loneliness, and fills your home with laughter once again. Top researchers from Harvard University affirm this powerful truth. They say clearly, close relationships, more than money or fame, are what keep people happy throughout their lives. Dr. Robert Waldinger, head of the famous Harvard Longitudinal Study on Adult Happiness, says definitively, good social connections keep us happier and healthier. Period. Meanwhile, respected organizations like the World Health Organization emphasize older adults who actively engage in social connections live healthier, happier, and longer lives. Friends, these are realities staring you right in the face. You have seen powerful, real examples today. How each senior chose to thrive instead of merely survive. How connecting with others deeply changed their relationships, their finances, and their very souls. These are not dramatic fantasies, they're intelligent choices creating real miracles. So, what will you do now? Will you stay trapped by fears, or will you bravely step forward, connecting in clever, uplifting ways, making your later years the most meaningful of all? You hold the key, the power to turn anxiety into joy, loneliness into companionship, worry into peace and comfort. Take action now. Make wise decisions today for incredible, beautiful tomorrows. If you're moved, subscribe immediately and join our Wise and Well family. Together, let's embrace aging, not fear it. Smash the like button if you felt inspired. Comment your own life experiences and feelings below, and ring the bell to stay updated. Your future will thank you. Tell me honestly, friends, what's your plan for aging with grace and dignity? Isn't it time to make your golden years truly golden starting right now?